Good morning and welcome to Real Women, Real Issues. I'm Ardelle Bradley, and today we're going to talk about computers, trying to save them, getting new ones at a great price, and someone who can help us if we have viruses. I have with me today Willie. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming. Everyone has a computer. If you don't, you need one.
That's
but
right.
the thing I know people complain about are getting viruses on their computer. What can we do to keep our computers safe and get as little viruses as possible?
First thing is to make sure that you have virus protection. Make sure that your virus protection is up to date, and more importantly, make sure that you run scans to keep your virus definitions updated and your computer safe.
So I know I have a Mac, for instance. I have both. I have a PC and I have a Mac. I know on my Mac, I don't get viruses. I haven't. I've had it for about 5 years now. I've never had a virus. Why is that?
You don't get viruses too much on a Mac because people that write these malicious forms of code tend to target PC users. The Mac's operating system is kind of superior to Windows, so it knows how to handle malicious code, but on PCs, it's a little more vulnerable, and they have constant updates and things like that.
Right.
So people that write viruses also tend to target the majority of the PC users, which happens to be about 90% of people that use computers.
Compared to only 10% of Macs.
Correct.
And also with a computer, with a PC, it's more affordable, of course. And so if you have a young child just getting into IT and computers, you can, like you have at your store, you can get a $200 refurbished computer, and you can't get a Mac for that.
Nope, not yet.
So tell me, for $200, what kind of computer can I get from you?
$200 computer is a name brand refurbished computer. It comes with a 17-inch flat screen monitor, keyboard and a mouse, a licensed copy of Windows and Microsoft Office, a CD, DVD burner, and more importantly, a 6-month warranty to give you peace of mind.
Wow. Now, where are you located? That's an awesome price for that.
We have 3 locations to serve you. Okay. We're located in Midtown, North End, and now we have a brand new location that's going to open in Southwest Detroit.
Awesome. So they'll call you or they come to your storefront to purchase these computers?
That is correct. My phone number is 313-218-4888, or they can reach us online at www.callwillie.com.
Now, another thing I know parents are concerned about with computers, even if I have a 10-year-old child and I'm buying them a $200 computer for the first time to get them into IT, are people hacking into their computers and conversing with my child without me knowing about it? So what can we do to protect our children or our youth from getting these hackers and terrible things happening?
You definitely want to enable parental controls on your computer so that you can monitor what your child is doing online. Okay. We sell parental control software that will show you what websites they've been to and also the conversations that were held online.
So you buy this device and it's installed on your computer?
That is correct.
And then I can use my computer to go in and see exactly what they are looking at?
That's true.
And then we can eliminate or take away those, can we block those websites or those people from getting in touch?
That's true. You can block certain websites so they can't access certain websites. You can also enable controls so that they can only access the computer at a certain time.
So for instance, if I'm at work during the day when they're home from school, say from 3 to 6 before I get home, if I don't want them to utilize that computer, they can't?
That is correct.
I didn't
or
know
you can
that.
block it so it doesn't go on the internet.
Interesting.
Yep.
I know you have more information I'm going to get from you in a moment, but now we're going to go to Jungle Juice to talk about the juice of the week.
Thank you, Ardelle. Hi, I'm Regina.
And I'm Sarita.
We are from Jungle Juice Bar, and we are bringing you the juice of the week. This week's juice is the green drink. However, before we introduce our drink, we would like to let you know that Jungle Juice Bar is more than just a juice and smoothie bar. We offer a variety of delicious foods such as soups, salads, sandwiches, and guilt-free desserts.
The juice of the week is our green drink. It's loaded with protein with our kale, spinach, parsley, lemon, cucumber. It also has apple. You can switch out whether you want a green apple or a red apple depending on how sweet you want your drink. If you're not trying to go for a lot of sugar, then I recommend that you use the green apple. If you would like it a little bit sweeter, then that's when you would use the red apple. The choice of yours. So when you come in, make the juice according to how you want it.
This is a great way to get more greens in your diet. If you're trying to get more vegetables into your diet, this is a great way to do it.
And don't forget, you can still squeeze someone or give them a gift card.
Remember, your health is your wealth.
Try the Juice of the Week and much more at the Jungle Juice Bar. The Jungle Juice Bar is located on Charlevoix in Grosse Pointe Park.
When you're having a heart attack, this is how it feels to your heart. And if it happens at night or on the weekend, there's only one hospital team standing by on site to save you. Cardio Team 1, only at the DMC.
Opportunity. It doesn't stare you in the face. It's not going to yell at you to come and get it. It doesn't knock. So what does opportunity look like? Not what you might think. You see, opportunity is not a right. It's definitely not equal. And it doesn't come with an instruction manual. That's because opportunity isn't found. It's molded, it's built, it's created. It's as much about grit as it is intellect. An explosive high-tech corridor located at the intersection of muscle and brains? You bet. Because opportunity only comes to those already in the game. What does opportunity look like? It looks like Detroit. Opportunity made in Detroit.
We're the Cronin Law Firm, bringing more to the table. When we sit down together, we share our expertise. You've got a legal problem, we know you need relief. Advice that you can trust, that's why people come to us. We're the Cronin Law Firm, bringing more to the table.
My friends, I want to introduce you to Samasco Financial. As attorneys, they worked hard to protect clients on a legal basis, only to watch many lose their money in the unpredictable and risky stock market. Samasco Financial has recognized the need for asset protection for our seniors and has introduced investment planning that will grow your nest egg without the risk of loss. To find out more about how Samasco Financial can protect your financial future, call 586-493-9989.
Groundbreaking. Life-saving. History-making. The new DMC Heart Hospital, summer 2014. The beat goes on.
Real Women, Real Issues is brought to you by Mike's Fresh Market.
Welcome back to Real Women, Real Issues. I'm Ardelle Bradley, and today we're getting our IT class here from Willie Brake. He is an expert in IT, computers, keeping your computers safe, keeping your children safe on the computers. So, Willie, if you could give my audience just some information about you, your background, your experience, what you do, where you've been, so when they come to you, they know they're in great hands.
Okay. Prior to starting All About Technology 13 years ago, I worked in IT for Fortune 500 companies such as Chrysler, Ford Motor Company, Sony, and EDS. Part of my job responsibilities was to help end users with computer-related issues. So later on down the road, I ended up starting my own business, and basically we provide IT solutions for residential and business customers. And now I'm also a faculty member at the University of Phoenix and Wayne State University as well. So we are more than qualified to assist you with any and all of your computer needs.
So you have a wealth of information. You've been in IT for years, and when people come to get their computers from you, tell me what they get when they come to you. I know that you say that they are authorized.
We are a Microsoft authorized refurbisher and a CompTIA authorized repair center. So you can be safe and assured that your software is legitimate and fully licensed.
Ah, and that's important because if we have a computer where it's not, has software that's not licensed, can we get in trouble for that?
Now you can get in trouble, and also it makes you more at risk for viruses and problems down the line.
Now, when you go to a repair shop for your computer, obviously this is something we should look for.
Definitely.
And in your shop, so you have one in Southwest Detroit, Midtown area.
And North End.
And North End. So when we come to you, we know that we're taken care of.
That is correct.
Now, you have these are 20 stores that are open like 9 to 5, because obviously if you're working at the universities, you're not there all the time.
Actually, I don't go to the universities. I teach my classes online. So we are open 10 to 6 days.
Of course, that would definitely make sense. And also I see down here where you said that you're a part of the Black Chamber of Commerce, United Way. Name some of those other things that you're involved with, and what do you actually do being involved with these different entities?
I'm also a member of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. Okay. We specialize in providing advocacy for our communities and community service. I'm also the webmaster for the organization. Okay. So I maintain the web page and keep our members up to date.
Wow, so you're a plethora of information. The IT is your skill.
That is correct.
Now, do you have any classes, or do you give back at all to any young people in our area who may not have computers at home, if they want to come and just get introduced to computers? Is there any way and venue that they can do that?
That is true. We partner with Michigan Works and Everest Institute. Okay. I have interns that job shadow me to help them get real world experience in the world of information technology.
Because today, if you have information and technology behind you, you won't look for a job.
That is
true. The job will look for you.
That is true.
So thank you. I'm sure I want to see you in the future, hopefully not when my computer is broken down, but getting a new one.
Okay, thanks.
And we'll be back right after this.
This is Arthur Bricker of Bricker Tunis Furs in West Bloomfield. We're back with the biggest fur clearance sale in our history. Save 40 to 70% off on women's and men's furs and shearlings. Choose from mink, sheared mink, sable, chinchilla, fox, beaver, and exquisite leathers and shearlings in the latest styles from Europe. Plus, our consignment boutique is full of gorgeous furs priced at a fraction of the original cost. No other furrier in Metro Detroit can match our quality, our selection, or our prices. Celebrating 98 years in business. Call today, 248-855-9200.
With the award-winning Woodhouse Day Spa in your backyard, why would you go anywhere else? Within minutes, feel relaxed, refreshed, and renewed. Handcrafted spa treatments will nourish your spirit and revive your senses and allow dreams to reawaken. Give the perfect gift this season, the Woodhouse Day Spa gift card. A luxury spa experience awaits you right in your neighborhood.
My friends, I want to introduce you to Samasco Financial. As attorneys, they worked hard to protect clients on a legal basis, only to watch many lose their money in the unpredictable and risky stock market. Samasco Financial has recognized the need for asset protection for our seniors and has introduced investment planning that will grow your nest egg without the risk of loss. To find out more about how Samasco Financial can protect your financial future, call 586-493-9989.
Ardelle Bradley's hairstyle provided by Megan Mitchell Hair Salon in Ferndale.
Welcome back to Real Women, Real Issues. I'm Ardelle Bradley, and now we're going to talk to Sharon Blessman of Blessman Consulting. She has a medical background, and she's going to help us today learn how to navigate our medical records. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. I know most people, like myself, I don't have a medical background, but I do know the importance of knowing about yourself or your loved ones. So help me understand what your company does to help people like myself to navigate their medical records.
Okay. Well, with the advent of the Affordable Care Act, there have been some mandates made on hospitals to provide services in terms of electronic or computer-based information for patients. Okay. And one of those things is the patient portal. And the patient portal is a secure website and that's where it stops right there in terms of being a website, because many websites are stagnant. But with the patient portal, it provides information that you can go on at any time, 24 hours a day, to retrieve your patient information. It could be your medications, your list of medications that you were on while you were hospitalized, or even medications that you may be taking while you're outpatient, the results of any tests that you may have had at that facility, any diagnosis or health issues.
Now, is this any hospital you go to? Say, for instance, I have a doctor at Providence over here. I may also go to Henry Ford. All of these medical records I can get of my own myself?
That's true. Most of the hospitals in the Detroit metro area do have a patient portal. Okay. And what you have to do is contact your healthcare provider. Okay. And generally, once upon discharge, you are provided information of how to log in, the site, and you're given a secure password or that you have to change once you log in. And only you and your physician or your provider have access to this information.
So if you're not given that information, then can you contact them and they can give it to you?
You should probably more than likely contact the registration office at that healthcare facility, because they tend to collect that information.
And I mean, this is important,
It is.
especially if you have young children and you may not know everything they have on your medical records.
That's true.
And you're going to hospital or doctor to doctor. And I know a few years back I found out that our shots, we don't have to go to the doctor anymore to get those. There's a portal through the state of Michigan. You can see all the vaccines that your children have received and print it out yourself.
That's
so
true.
Is it in conjunction similar to what that is?
That's true. The patient portal actually works in conjunction with pharmacies, healthcare providers, and hospitals, clinics. It could be a clinic-based or a provider-based facility that's not a hospital that provides health care to you. If they work in conjunction with, and generally this is collected at the hospital level.
Okay.
And so
if you're not at the hospital, then you wouldn't have this information on the portal?
Not necessarily, because let's just say, like, for example, Henry Ford has several clinics that are attached to the hospital. So if you attend one of those facilities, then more than likely your information will be on that portal. Same thing with the Detroit Medical Center. They have several clinics. If you attend one of those clinics, that information is uploaded as well
on this portal.
And
do you give classes to teach people how to obtain this information, or you just work on the hospital side?
I just work on the hospital side. And generally, when you're discharged, they give you very illicit instructions on how you access the information. And they will generally guide you. Many hospitals they bring someone in to help you log in before you even leave the hospital, to help you log in the first time, so you can figure out how to navigate, see what's out there. And patients have also found that there's been some incorrect information in these charts. And so they were able to go back to their physician and say, hey, this isn't right. Because that can be, and change it, because that can be detrimental.
Absolutely.
That could be detrimental. You could, let's just say you're here in Michigan, you have a car accident in Florida, you're traveling, and you can access your portal, and let's just say you can't for whatever reason because of your accident, and you have someone else access your portal and there's incorrect information there, and that provider is looking at that information to help treat you, and it could be harmful, absolutely.
Everything's changing every day. We'll come back to hear the rest of that. But now we're going to go to Dr. Shauna Ryder-Diggs for the Dermatology Tip of the Week.
I'm Dr. Shauna Diggs with your Skincare Tip of the Week. Today, we're going to talk about leg veins, or more specifically, sclerotherapy. So sclerotherapy treatment is where you inject a chemical that irritates the vein a little bit into the vein. It clears while you're doing the procedure, and then when you stop, the blood comes back and fills the vein up. But it irritates it, it gets hive-like, a little red, scaly, a little bit elevated. Here are the veins that we're talking about. I usually clean the area with some alcohol. The alcohol also makes it a little bit easier to see the veins. And then we inject using a very, very fine needle. And you'll see the vein actually go away just for a moment. And even though you're injecting the one vein, a lot of times all the others sort of connected will go away as well. So you can see how far it can travel. And then you put pressure on it. So when you do this procedure, each vein has to be treated the same way. So you can see it can take some time. If someone has a lot of veins, then you break it up into different sessions. Like you may do the thighs one time, and then you might do the calves another time. But generally, this is really well tolerated. I've had it done myself several times over the years. It treats the vein that you have. It doesn't treat the veins that you're going to have. So you have to make sure that you continue to wear hose, trying to elevate your legs, trying to do things that, that make it easier so that you don't get a lot of leg veins over the years. This is obviously much more commonplace in people who sit all day, cross their legs a lot, or people who are on their feet all day, like me. So that's one reason why I've had my leg veins treated several times. Also, it's more common in women, specifically after pregnancy. All that extra weight pressing down on your leg veins. So that's sclerotherapy. This is Dr. Shauna Diggs, and this has been your skincare tip of the week.
To learn more about Cosmetic Derm and their revolutionary skincare products and services, please visit drshaunadiggs.com.
With the award-winning Woodhouse Day Spa in your backyard, why would you go anywhere else? Within minutes, feel relaxed, refreshed, and renewed. Handcrafted spa treatments will nourish your spirit and revive your senses and allow dreams to reawaken. Give the perfect gift this season, the Woodhouse Day Spa gift card. A luxury spa experience awaits you right in your neighborhood.
When you're having a heart attack, this is how it feels to your heart. And if it happens at night or on the weekend, there's only one hospital team standing by on site to save you. Cardio Team 1, only at the DMC.
This is Arthur Bricker of Bricker Tunis Furs in West Bloomfield. We're back with the biggest fur clearance sale in our history. Save 40 to 70% off on women's and men's furs and shearlings. Choose from mink, sheared mink, sable, chinchilla, fox, beaver, and exquisite leathers and shearlings in the latest styles from Europe. Plus, our consignment boutique is full of gorgeous furs priced at a fraction of the original cost. No other furrier in Metro Detroit can match our quality, our selection, or our prices. Celebrating 98 years in business. Call today 248-855-9200.
Mike's Fresh Market, Detroit's largest independent supermarket with the best prices, quality, and service. Enjoy our vast selection of fresh fruits and vegetables. Wide aisles lead you to our own in-house bakery and deli. Beef, pork, chicken, seafood, and much more. You can rest assured you will feed your family the freshest food in town. Whatever you need, you can find it here at Mike's Fresh Market. Mike's Fresh Market with 2 locations, Gratiot and 7 Mile and Livernois and 7 Mile. Better food, better prices. That's Mike's promise.
Opportunity. It doesn't stare you in the face. It's not going to yell at you to come and get it. It doesn't knock. So what does opportunity look like? Not what you might think. You see, opportunity is not a right. It's definitely not equal. And it doesn't come with an instruction manual. That's because opportunity isn't found. It's molded, it's built, it's created. It's as much about grit as it is intellect. An explosive high-tech corridor located at the intersection of muscle and brains? You bet. Because opportunity only comes to those already in the game. What does opportunity look like? It looks like Detroit. Opportunity made in Detroit.
Groundbreaking, life-saving, history-making. The new DMC Heart Hospital, summer 2014. The beat goes on.
The Detroit Seafood Market is a proud sponsor of Real Women, Real Issues.
Welcome back to Real Women, Real Issues. Now I have with me Sharon Blessman. She's still here talking about the new portal for our medical records. And I want to touch base on HIPAA. Everyone by now has been introduced to HIPAA. They've had to sign a HIPAA agreement. What does this do, or does it have any play with this whole portal and your medical records being out there?
It does. HIPAA is a standard that is regulated by the government that states that you as a patient or a consumer have knowledge that your provider or healthcare provider has the right to release your information with your knowledge to a third party. So for example, I go to Henry Ford or a healthcare facility and they say, okay, you have to sign this data that says you're being treated and we have the right to release your information to Blue Cross Blue Shield because that's your insurance carrier and they need the records to pay our bill.
So when you sign HIPAA, you're automatically giving that approval right then?
That's correct.
So they don't have to necessarily call you in every incident when they're going to give it to Blue Cross Blue Shield. They don't have to call you and say, okay, Ms. Blessman, we're going to send your records. You've already given that approval.
That's correct.
So you're saying with that being done, you also give them approval to put it on this portal?
Right. Now HIPAA statements and within the government, they provide specific language, but the language is still broad enough that allows that healthcare provider to include other elements of your care, being the patient portal or be it another provider that you offer release. So they have room to add more information in there. And so again, like you said, once you sign it,
it's done.
then it's done and you're covered.
Now, earlier in our show, we talked about IT and the safety of it and viruses and things. You know, how safe is this portal where we're putting our medical records out there?
It's pretty darn safe. I know that there's a lot of identity theft going on and hacking of computers, but the government has this very high level language that is coded across the continuum in all healthcare facilities that are using these portals and exchanges to secure patient information. I've yet to hear of patient information being hacked.
Okay.
But with that said, there's the advent that this is still fairly new. But again, I've not heard of anything.
Now, can someone opt out of it? Can I tell my doctor I don't want my information on the portal?
Absolutely.
Okay, is there something we need to sign for that?
Actually, when you are during your hospital stay, you should be questioned on whether or not you want your information on this portal. And generally that happens at registration, the point of registration. When you're coming into the hospital, they will ask you, you know, we have this portal that your information is going on. Are you okay with us putting that out there for you? They will explain that it's secure and who has access and exactly what it is. If you aren't in agreement with it or comfortable with it,
you can opt out.
You have the option to opt out, absolutely.
So do you think it's a good thing? Do you think with women particularly, because that's what we target? Should we do it?
I think it's a good thing for women, children. I think it's a good thing for everyone because, I mean, right now we're in a mobile society. We're moving and, you know, back in the day we would go to the hospital. We'd have to pay money to get records about our information, or the information was so coveted that, you know, many times you would want to see what's in your records and you couldn't. And so I think this offers an option of, one, is secure, is easily accessible and available. You can get it anytime you need it. You know, like I mentioned earlier, you could be in another state with your children and there's a need for that information, and you can, as long as you have access to the computer, you're there.
Well, thank you. Keeping healthy and having the best health information is very, very important.
Absolutely.
So I appreciate you coming today and sharing that with my audience.
Thank you.
And thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next week right here, same time, same place.